Welcome again to Zauberberg Canine. In this session, I'll show you how to get the dog to go into the crate after he has been conditioned that the click means food without touching him. It's all up to him what he's doing. He has to find out that the only way to trigger the click is orientation toward the crate. Here we have very low expectations or requirements. I just click him and mark the moment where he is in close proximity to the entrance of the crate, and after the click I reinforce him directly into the crate. So note that I am not tossing the food into the crate, have him go in there and then mark the behavior. There would be luring, which is just following a vehicle ahead of you to learn directions which you won't. If you follow my vehicle to go a 20-mile stretch, you will still not learn the way to get there. You will learn how to follow my vehicle, that's all. So again, I'm just clicking here, marking the moment where he's orienting himself to the entrance of the crate, and then I reinforce him into the direction of the crate itself. So there's very low requirements or expectations. In the beginning of creating a behavior, he doesn't have to go in there. He didn't really have to stick his head in there in the very beginning of the session, which he's getting there to do it after he figured out, okay, that spot here, that direction has something to do with triggering the click and getting the reward. So he's doing more and more of it. We just got to make sure that we raise criteria, meaning that sticking his head into the crate is not good enough after repetitions in order to trigger the click. Of course, we have to make sure that we don't lose the train of thought here, the direction into the crate too early, raising criteria to put maybe a foot into the crate before we click. He develops a little pattern here of going around the crate and then operating in the right direction to trigger the click. Which I will show in later sessions what I'm going to do about developing the pattern of going by the crate and then actually focusing into the crate. But that's a couple sessions later. So keep on watching and following this and you'll find out. Here he is, going by the crate, coming back, which is all fine. He finds out that the entrance of the crate is where the click is going to happen, and the reinforcement happens in the direction into the crate. So here at the close to the end, we are having him sticking his head into the crate, getting a click, and I would be asking too much, I guess, to have 1 foot stepping into the parameter. But we'll do the next session and we'll see how we advance within this very video. So I got him to stick his head into the crate and click and directionally reward him into the crate. And now we're gonna do the next session. Let's see if we can advance. There was 2 feet into the crate to trigger the click, which is an improvement. We have to ask for small increments to increase the behavior in completion. We should never ask for the whole behavior at once. It's called operant conditioning. So you operate and see where I lead you by clicking for small increments, moving toward the behavior I want at the end. So when you do this, never sit there and wait for the dog to totally go into the crate. It'll never happen. You will sit there for 2 weeks. So sticking his head in there is not enough to trigger the click. I'm waiting here at this point to at least put 1 foot into the crate and then go from there. That's my increased criteria. And I don't know if we can see that, but he put 1 foot in the crate and triggers a click, which is more than just sticking the head into the crate. He is sticking his head in. He thinks that's good enough. I'm asking for more, and boom, he puts 2 feet into the crate and gets the click. Yay. So the small increment is from sticking your head into the crate, getting the click, to put 1 foot in, 2 feet in, and hopefully we can move the whole thing forward to get you in all the way with 4 feet. Which with him here, or not here, with him in general, compared to 2 other puppies that I train at the same time to do the same thing, seems to be a little more dragging, let's say, compared to the others. And I experience that I have to be very careful with my increments smallly increasing, because he just seems to step backwards, so to speak, in his activity if I go too fast with my expectations. I stepped back a little bit and I said, okay, if you stick your head in there, since you're not that super active pursuing it, I'll give you the click. Just to step 1 back and say, okay, as long as you're not wandering around but you're interested in the entrance of the crate, I will click for it and reward you directly into the crate. There he goes further in, 2 feet. Happy with that. Probably a result of stepping back a notch and clicking a couple times for just putting his head in there. I'm still tweaking between should I click for the head in there or should I wait for a little more action toward the crate. And here he shows me that it's obviously more interesting or more reinforcing to play with the leg of the doggy cart that's up against the wall than trying to get the food from me by operating around the crate. So we have to ignore that and just wait for him to decide to re-engage. Maybe cause for not or disengaging is that hunger is not great enough, and we have to live with that. I could have broken up the session when he started engaging with the doggy cart leg there, but he got back into the game and he had 2 feet into the crate when I clicked the last time, and I'm just playing, jiggling to see if he is trying to advance because I don't click, or if he's breaking it up because there's other activities that are more reinforcing for him to more reinforcing to him to engage in than the food itself. To me right now, he's not engaged enough into my reward system. He is engaging in other activities that seem to be more reinforcing than what I have to offer. So I have to probably make sure that the food drive increases or the hunger more than playing with the rug or with the doggy bed.